You know the characters in books that you feel really connected to, that you understand the emotions of, that you cry when they die? Those characters are probably real, and so are their deaths. Sorry. I'll get to that soon, but to explain it, you may have seen a video recently by Charlie McDonald about some of the implications of an infinite universe.
Me and you and everything in our entire universe is made up of a combination of different types of particles. Because there are only a certain number of different types of particles, that means that the number of different combinations those particles can make is finite. If you give the universe enough space, it will have to start repeating itself. And it just so happens that the prevailing scientific theory at the moment is that the universe is infinitely big. If that's true, then that means that the universe has to have repeated itself, which means that there has to be an infinite number of different copies of me and of you.
So as Charlie said, there are a finite number of possibilities for a probably infinite universe, so every possibility needs to have happened multiple times. And every possibility includes, you know, every possibility. Great job, me. Way to be redundant. But what that would mean is that everything that is scientifically possible, however unlikely, would exist somewhere in the universe. And that includes a pretty good number of fictional stories. If it's scientifically possible for there to be flying cars, there are flying cars. If it's possible for people to become infected with a disease that kills them but takes control of their bodies, there are probably some zombie apocalypses out there. If it's possible for there to be a 1,000-year-old person with 2 hearts who travels through time and space in a small blue box that's bigger on the inside... Okay, maybe there's not a doctor. And if there is, he's not the last of his kind. But a lot of stuff would exist, so if anyone ever thinks that you're weird for crying over a fictional story, just tell them that you think it exists, and then they won't think you're weird anymore. Okay, that might not work. Be proud of your weirdness. Anyway, how did that happen? One thing I find interesting about this is the idea that the stories would exist without the author even writing them. The true story somewhere in the universe is not somehow connected to the story we read, they just happen to be identical. And this would also mean that somewhere in the universe, your life is the subject of a book. A best-selling book. Written by Jane Austen.
What if we are all real-life versions of characters and stories from other universes? And what if the people in these other universes had these online video portals to watch us through? Whoa.
I enjoy thinking about this. I hope you have as well. Somewhere in the universe there is a version of you that is best friends with your favorite fictional character. Have a nice day. Siren. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, siren. We have good times here.